that song was never gonna end.
I love our song.
What's up, New York City?
What's up, everybody on YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Blunted on Reality with your girl, Poga Eve, Sinlova. And
We have a special guest.
Hi, guys. My name is Thalia Romina. Born and raised in Queens, baby.
Ooh,
Thalia. Is it
Queens in
spelled
the house.
Thalia like the artist?
It's a singer, yeah. Apparently, my dad says that I was named after her. My mother says I was not. I was named after some, like, baby name dictionary thing. So I was like, okay, so I just lie and say that it was always Thalia. I was named after the singer.
Well, one agrees and the other one says
so it's
no.
Like, it's a half
That's
truth.
funny how parents sometimes they don't agree
I'm
on.
like, you don't remember what happened 26 years ago? Whatever.
That's really
Yeah,
funny.
but she's just as talented.
You
Thank
are.
you.
You are
Thank
talented.
You, lover.
Thank you for joining us. But this is a really fun conversation we're having today.
I'm excited.
I know, but let's talk a little about what's going on in the world.
Yeah,
What are we talking about? Pop Smoke?
Pop Smoke, man. That was nuts.
that is crazy. I heard a lot of rumors about that story happening, which were mostly that there was. It was a robbery, but that was not really what happened. So what was it that happened?
It seems like he was targeted. And they're trying to...
Right.
Well, people are speculating that it's somebody that he knows, which is probably somebody that he knows.
Yeah, there was some sort of like gang connection, is what I read, but I don't know if that was just biased news.
Yeah, it may be. I mean, you're never gonna know the real details until they come out with the actual investigation, like results, what really happened.
I just think it's sad, though, because he was only 20 years old. It's like all these young artists are, like,
Losing their
literally
lives.
dying.
Yeah.
And I
That's
can't even
crazy.
imagine what his mother would be going through.
Yeah.
And his family.
Sure. It's also like if you think like, okay, this person made it big, or this person is achieving so much success, like would he have survived had that not happened? You know, it's like
Had he not been like famous and
right, like that happens. That makes me think like when Aaliyah died, you know, was it like almost 20 years ago? Would she have? She was on her way. I mean, she was like
she was in
had
a
so much potential.
helicopter? Aaliyah?
Yeah, and she
died in a helicopter?
like in a crash. Like I mean, it fell.
Just like Kobe.
Too.
Except the pilot, it was a
It was a
pilot's
different
fault.
kind of plane, though.
Yeah, it was a different kind of plane. It was like
Like a jet, like a private plane?
Like those small planes that
Yeah.
take you into, like, little private islands.
so it wasn't
Yeah.
a helicopter per se, but I mean, it was like one. It was small
Yeah.
and like had she had and the pilot was unlicensed. It was like a whole mess allegedly.
Oh.
Yeah. So like if had that happened to her, had she not achieved so much fame and success, would she be alive today? It's just that's like the kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that freaks
that's
me out.
insane.
I mean, it's the path.
It is the path. That's true.
It's
That's
really
true.
hard when they're so young and they pass, but I mean, I don't know the whole details of what really happened, but I did hear a lot of like him showing off money and like showing off his address when he was I think it was a rental home that he was staying at. So I mean, just be careful out there because social media, people could be targeting you, targeting you.
Don't
you
tell
may not
people.
even know.
Don't tell people when your income tax hits. That ass.
Oh my God, for
No,
real.
for real. Don't tell people things like that. I mean, it's just one of those things. Even the rapper DaBaby, he love him. He was photographed with his daughter leaving the hotel room, and he had like.
I saw that.
He stepped to like a paparazzi person or whatever. He stepped to him and was like, basically like, I guess I don't want to say assaulted him. And I think in part he's like trying to protect. Not only is he trying to protect his child.
Somebody was taking a video of him and his child where he was staying at, and he pushed him. I think it was an employee of a hotel because he doesn't want people to know where he's staying with his child.
Yeah, of course.
And I totally agree with that. Like
that's
he's
terrifying.
trying to protect his kid.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I do agree with not posting everything on social media.
You don't have to post everything that happens in your life.
You really don't.
And
You
all
really
like
don't.
stack of cash and all of that. I mean,
It invites a certain kind of permission
yeah.
that I disagree with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people in your life, I mean, don't really want to see that anyways. Honestly, like I don't want to see that. I don't want to see my friends posting all that shit. But I mean they're in a different stage. They're rappers. They're showing off everything they have or this luxury and all their jewels, and I don't know if that's even a good idea, obviously.
I mean, it's nice to have your stuff, but when you die, it doesn't go with you.
It doesn't.
You can't take it with you.
No, it's more to life. There's more to life than money, than objects.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Money, cash.
There's more. There's more to it.
I mean, I feel bad because, like I was saying earlier, this is like the third. It's Pop Smoke now. Kobe Bryant just happened literally like a month ago. Not even a month ago.
Yeah. This is what, February 2nd.
And Juice WRLD happened in December, at the end of December or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is insane.
That's weird. It's just weird.
It's crazy.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, this is that's really sad.
Well, rest in peace to Pop Smoke.
I honestly had never heard of
Condolences.
him until this, but I'm sure a lot of people were really big fans of him. And I looked him up, and he had well over 1 million followers on Instagram. So he obviously was on his way. He wasn't there yet, but he was on his way to be really big, potentially, I guess.
Yeah.
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 Oof.
So R.I.P. to him, and damn, his family must be going through it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because a 20-year-old, just thinking
Do
about.
we know if he had any children?
I don't think so.
Nah, I don't. I mean,
That probably would have been out already.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
One of the first things.
He's 20. He was 20. Like, that's.
From Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
From Brooklyn?
Yeah. I saw his music video and I was like, isn't that Queens? I was like confused. It could have been China Queens, though, but
Yeah?
yeah, but he's from Brooklyn though, I'm pretty sure.
What? Did he have any, like, famous songs that we would know from the top of our heads or maybe that were playing on the radio or anything like that?
Welcome to the party.
Yeah. Didn't he? I was like gonna say he had that, and didn't he do that with Nicki Minaj too?
Oh, was she on?
I
that?
think
It
she
was like
posted
a remix
yeah,
or
something like that.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know, but probably.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
This world, honestly, like, social media is great and technology is awesome, but you really need to be very careful out there what you post. Can't be posting where you are either all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't get that. The location.
I post locations after I'm gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm not gonna lie. It depends for me. I've definitely done that before, but I'm not that hot. No one's sweating me that much that they're gonna
Right.
know.
I'm
don't
not
know
one
that.
to like check in on like Facebook check in. I don't check in.
But when
Oh,
you're
I
like, yeah.
Unless I get a free drink at a spot, then I'll.
But
yeah,
if
you
you're
get a
like
free
in a bar, like I have done that actually. I mean, but we're not like on that level, and we're not.
Speak for yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
We're not on that level though, like where we're like showing stack of cash and we're hanging out here. I don't know. And then that kind of invites a different type of friends too that may not even be your friends.
For
you
sure.
know.
I think there's a culture to that, for sure, and it's just not my stilo.
But on a lighter note,
Please make it lighter.
We're
We
getting
need more
into
love.
this.
We
Yeah.
need more masturbation.
but yes,
When-
we're getting into the feel good topic of masturbation.
Honestly, like I thought about this conversation. Like we've never spoken on that, and
I know, and the funny
there's so
thing
much
is,
to talk about on masturbation.
So much.
but the crazy thing is that, you know, Preach asked me like, "What are we talking about?" I said masturbation. He goes, "You're going on and talking about
I know.
I said, I'm in a whole different space right now.
I had a lot of people hit me up after I posted it, like, "Whoa, you're really talking about that?" And I'm like, "Why is it such a taboo thing to talk about? Like,
But
why
yeah.
do you think it's like no one really talks about it?"
But when you're with your girls and with your friends, you're telling me you don't talk about that?
Absolutely.
Yes, you do
Come
talk about
on.
that.
Yeah.
It's an important hot
But
topic.
I think mostly girls maybe do that because men don't really have, like, they masturbate, I'm sure, but they just do it with.
yeah, they masturbate.
Okay, but
This
what
is
about-
all they use.
What
you know
about
what
the
I
circle
mean?
jerk? I mean, isn't that communal?
What?
masturbation?
There's a circle jerk?
Yeah. So basically, they
Men?
men jerk off.
In a circle?
Or people who have penises, I guess. And in a circle, it's like a circle jerk. Isn't that like a? I mean, it's a term that we use.
Is that a thing?
It is, right?
Preach!
Preach. Have you ever
Is
circle
that a
jerked?
thing? Circle jerk?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh! Why are you not on here with us?
What? Okay. And they watch each other come?
Oh,
Yeah.
No, circle. Oh no, that's something.
I was about to say preach.
In the gay field, that's what they do.
No, I feel like straight people do
Straight
that too
people?
for fun.
Circle jerk, where he's jerking me and I'm jerking.
You guys
no,
are
I
all
thought circle jerk was like you like all jerked off to something in a circle.
No.
Together?
No,
Is that not what it meant?
no, I thought circle jerk. I thought
Yo, we're learning things
I
on
need to
Blunted.
learn
Oh,
about
is
this.
it like one in the front, one behind?
Wait,
like,
one is holding?
like-
kinda like you gotta.
Oh, so then you're in a circle and each one is jerking the other one?
That's a gay thing. That's a.
Is it?
Oh, okay. I could.
Okay.
Yeah, one guy jerks another.
It's
guy.
almost like an orgy in a way, then?
I don't know, but.
Can someone drop in the comments what a circle jerk
Please, guys.
Drop it in the comments. What is a circle jerk? I need the Wikipedia. I need the Urban
He's like,
Dictionary
Google it.
definition.
Wait, it's funny because you brought it up and you're now saying you're not sure because this one said yes and now he says no, that's not what it is.
I'm confused.
Siri, please tell us what a circle jerk is. Circle
I'm
jerk.
fucking dead.
Siri went
I'm
to too
kind
much
of
church.
confused.
Masturbation, yeah.
Group
Yeah,
masturbation.
they're all doing
Wait,
it
do they have to do it-
on themselves.
Isn't it to themselves, not to each other?
The circle
I thought it was
jerk.
like a common. There was a common denominator, and it was like what they were masturbating
A circle jerk. Oh God! It's a self-congratulatory echo chamber where people surround themselves with people who agree with them to point that discussions get dumbed down
this
to
is the-
people patting one another
No.
on. So this is not really about jerking off.
No.
Here it is. When
Okay,
a group
go.
of male sit in a circle jerking each other off.
Oh.
Okay, so that's a literal
group
term.
of males sit in a circle jerking each other off.
Okay.
That's the circle jerk.
But when people use it in common language, like in like vernacular, when like
Right.
is that a circle jerk? It's just when like it's
But
like the
there-
Oscar awards is
Yeah.
it's a circle jerk.
Right,
because
there are
you're
other-
congratulating other successful people.
Okay, yeah, there are other. That's not the only definition that
Right.
circle jerk has.
Right.
All right,
I just
well,
You,
we're
you
going
found
with
the
that
real
one.
dirty one.
We're going with that one because it's masturbation.
That's really the one that we were trying
It's the
to.
topic. It's the topic.
Wow. Okay. Circle
See how
jerk.
Preach knows a lot, but he's being a punk today.
Circle
Not coming on the
jerk.
show.
Preach isn't preaching right now. Come on, Preach.
It's also a card game here.
It's
Right.
called circle
What?
jerk, the card game.
There is a card game that forces players to yell inappropriate terms that they're either too ashamed. It doesn't really matter because honestly, I thought it was something sexual and that's what it is. But there's a lot of other definitions to it. I guess.
I have heard the other term. I just thought a circle jerk was like it didn't necessarily mean that they were doing it to each other. I thought like teenagers, like if they're watching porn together, the boys, teen boys, like wouldn't they just jerk
That
off
would
at the
be
same time, or
weird,
would they
though.
like look at it and then I don't know. I never watched porn with a group of friends, but maybe have I?
Have you?
Oh yeah, but not while I was masturbating.
Okay.
Come on.
Listen,
Wait.
you can't be in this conversation from over there.
pop
You
it
gotta
back
come
out.
over here.
We're already 3 cameras. He's messed it up from the beginning. So no one can see him talk about masturbation. That is very funny, though. So you have participated in a circle watching porn, but not
It was a square.
square.
Okay.
but not masturbating.
No, like I mean, I'm with like I remember being a child, like maybe like I don't know, it was like maybe like 11, 12, 13, and like be like, like look on the computer and like you look on I don't know whatever website and like watch. Oh my god, look at that! Or like a video when video started to be sending when you started to have smartphones and you would send videos to each other like look at that video like
And
that.
yeah.
And people like watching it together and be like, oh my god, that's
When
crazy.
you're curious.
Or right when you're curious, or even
Yeah.
like in a movie that had like a sex scene, you would watch like with your friends, like oh wow, it's crazy. Or even like if you're watching,
I'm looking at Eve because I know Eve loves sex scenes and she loves details.
I do. I love details. And that's why I wanted to know if you were in a circle, like what was
I in a square? It was a square.
and
jerk.
how many people were there? Were you like how
No.
long ago was this?
Imagine I was like 3 days ago. No. This was.
Was
I don't-
Cindy there?
Cindy was not there.
I don't even think I knew Cindy back then.
Yeah.
And I've known her for over 10 years. I don't know. I just, that's what I remember. Or like even feeling really uncomfortable watching a sex scene. Like, you know, you're watching Titanic with your parents.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Came out in
I've
97.
been there.
And I'm like, oh, this is like interesting. I'm curious. I don't know about this, right? I was a child when it came out. And I'm watching it, you know what I mean? And my parents are like, it's just weird. It's a weird
Yeah, it's
situation.
like close your eyes, but
I'm
then
like,
you're
"What?"
like want to see what's going on.
So what exactly is masturbation though?
It's the act in which you partake for yourself, and you reach an orgasm by yourself.
No, I disagree. I don't think you have to reach an orgasm to masturbate.
I think masturbation is self-love.
Well, what's the fucking point, Aaliyah? Trust me.
Don't heat up the food if you're not going to let
I
me eat
mean,
it, right?
I've been there where you try and it doesn't happen. You're like so pissed off and you burn your clit off.
Yeah. You're
Trying. Like literally.
Like, it's just, this shit is just getting fucking boring.
It's like,
now.
oh,
Yeah.
fucking forget it.
I
you
gotta
know?
go. What's on Netflix?
Yeah, I'm just bored.
Fuck this shit.
Or I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not focused. Like, I just got to move on.
Yeah.
You know what I
Like, you
mean?
have to be there mentally.
Does masturbating teach you how to orgasm?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. 1,000%.
Especially
yes.
with your own hands.
You start to figure out like what it is that gives you pleasure,
Yeah.
Also, you just
what
you
it
just
feels like.
what's more familiar with your body, like
Yeah.
what you if you don't know how to orgasm yourself, how are you going to explain to your partner, be it whoever, man, woman, whatever,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
to do that for you? You know what I mean? And I think
Right.
that in society we're so, not only is masturbation taboo, but
It is.
also like just having someone, people are just supposed to figure it out, like how
yeah.
to do it, and that's not okay. Like especially for women, where we are our pleasure is not at the forefront. You know what I mean? Our pleasure
Never.
is in the back. And how many, I've had partners before where I'm like, oh, you literally did not think of me. Like that has happened. So
Yeah.
and I you gotta combat that. And a good way to be autonomous is by starting to discover your body, explore your
Yeah,
body.
I feel like the first thing you need to do before you ever start, you're literally like looking into your body to see what makes you feel good. You have to get a mirror and you have to look down there
Yeah.
and see what is what, and like literally just learn about your body on your own, because no one is going to teach you about your body. You need to do that on your own.
I don't know. It's very interesting. I think the first time I put a mirror to my vagina, I was like, "What in the actual fuck am I looking at?"
Is the
Because I feel like
vulva.
I'm so look at Preach. I'm like I'm
Preach
so
is sweating.
light, and then I just feel like it's not as light as me.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
well, like, everything is different down there.
Yeah.
It's nothing like what's up here, like even with the
right,
hair.
but I
so-
mean, like obviously years back, when you're younger and you're
Yeah.
curious, and then
Yeah.
you're like, "What?"
Yeah. Or if you're like changing and then you like take a peek and you're like, whoa, hers does not look like mine. Like,
yeah,
I've
they're
had
all
that happen.
different.
I'm like, damn.
I remember finding like my dad used to have these fucking
Magazines.
like these new magazines. I was like young, maybe like 5 or something. And I remember seeing like
Oh my God.
finding one like under the bed, and I was like, "What's this?" And this girl like with her fucking boobs out or whatever, and then there's like pictures
she
of
have
them
her
like it looks
legs
like they're
open?
masturbating, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Why is she doing that?" Like this is me thinking,
Of course,
as
you're
a
so
kid,
little.
what the fuck is going on?
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
now it's like I understand.
Of course, curiosity.
You're like, oh,
I get it now.
Yeah, yeah,
When
yeah.
you're a child, you're very curious, so you just want to like know everything.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then when you start masturbating, like you want to masturbate a lot.
Did you start young?
Yeah, hell yeah, I was a teenager,
I like how young.
like young.
Yeah, please.
If
how-
I can remember,
like,
I
what,
was probably like
teenager is between 13 and 19.
I was
oh no,
11.
no.
I was
Yeah, I was a little younger
11.
than teenager. I was like
or
11.
even before that, before when I was like, this sounds really pretentious, but I was always like, I always tested above my reading level.
Mm-hmm.
So I would read, when I was like a preteen, I would read teenager or adult novels or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember reading them, and whenever there was a sex scene, I was like, I feel like things are happening to me. I'm like tingling.
Yeah.
And I was really
Yeah.
young.
It gets you aroused, and you start thinking.
And I'm like, and I must have been, I think it must have started when I was like 8 or 9. And I was like,
You do. You start having feelings. Like, I do remember not touching myself down there, but having this feeling like where you know where you pee, that if you feel that down there, it's like your pee is held in there.
yeah.
That part felt good. So I would just like get in the corner of the bed and just like, And I
Yeah.
was so young. I was like 8,
Grind
maybe,
on shit, yeah.
grinding on things, but not with anything in
Yeah.
my
Right,
private area.
right.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was just like, that's why you just have to be like, you have to go back to when you were young and think about that when you have kids too, because sometimes they don't even know what they're doing. They're just,
Exploring.
trying to explore their
Yeah.
bodies.
Follow their impulse,
Right.
essentially.
Things
Yeah.
feel good. Like, when little boys are like pulling on their dinglings and
Uh-huh.
like, why are they doing that? And it's
know.
because they are obviously feeling something,
And they're sitting there and they're doing it. Like,
Yeah.
Ra,
what
ra,
the
ra.
fuck? Did you go through that? Like,
Yeah, with my
your-
son, I did.
yeah, with
He
your
would
son?
like always touch his pee-pee, and he would always ask me about it. And it was just really funny because one day I remember waking up and he was like 4 years old, and he's like, "Mama, why is my pee-pee so hard when I wake up in the morning?" So I was like, "Oh God!" And I was like, "Because you have to pee, baby." That was the only answer I had, which is, I think that is the reason why guys are like
Oh.
rock hard in the morning.
Yeah, there's nothing like morning wood.
That is so weird. They have this big ass wood in the morning.
Big
Right,
ass
Sin?
wood.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every morning.
Yes, they do.
Preach. Why is it that men have this big rock hard dick
I feel
in
like
the morning.
there's no gravity.
Like,
pull.
why? Is it
Yeah.
the pee?
You need
Am
a
I
mic or
correct?
something.
It's a collection of things, but it has a combination between.
Is it a little pee?
Dr.
Okay.
Peach? Okay.
We keep asking Breach, who's not on fucking camera.
It's okay.
Sorry,
He
I
can
said
answer
peach. I
questions.
said
Who needs a
peach,
damn
peach
mic?
emoji.
Man.
So yes, men wake up hard. We don't wake up like I don't wake up horny at all or anything like that.
I mean, unless I had some sort of like sex dream, then
oh yes,
I'm yo.
Yo.
me too. I get many of those lately. But
And you orgasm in your
in
fucking
the dream,
Yes, in the
That
dream.
happened to me recently. I was like, what the fuck?
were you thinking about someone specifically, like a man?
I don't remember. I think I was kissing somebody in the dream, and then
Really
it just-
thin, just like a 16-year-old.
Hold on a
fucking
second,
girl. Okay.
and then it escalated to like
Uh-huh.
that, and then I was just like, and it just happened.
I had some I had to tell you guys.
Tell us.
I had to tell you a story about sex dream. This is so fun. All my friends know this. So I had a sex dream with Olivia Newton-John,
What?
the woman from Greece. Olivia Newton-John. I literally
Was she old or young in the
Yeah,
dream?
she was Greece age.
Okay,
she was hot.
because she's
hot.
old now.
Yeah, she's old now. So
With
she
her
made
little 50s outfit.
No, we were apparently shooting a TV show in the dream, and she had to eat me out in the dream. And I was like,
She was eating you out in the dream.
in the dream. So I was like,
What?
it was a really good. I was like, wow, this is amazing. So amazing sex dream. I'm pretty sure I definitely orgasmed. And then I woke up and I was like, Olivia Newton-John. When I tell you, it wasn't like I don't even think I saw Grace the night before or anything like that. It was like so random. I was like, what is going on? It was crazy.
So do you think that you have some tendencies of maybe liking girls?
I know. After that, I thought about it, but I'm pretty sure I'm into dudes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Granted, I do think sexuality is fluid.
Yeah.
So for now, I'm into dudes.
Okay.
For now, but I was like, damn. I was like, yo, maybe I should really rethink this whole straight
She
thing.
was eating you out. At
Man.
least you weren't eating her out.
One
Yeah.
of our listeners, Nori, she said her son is starting to like hump on things, so she gives him his privacy.
How old is he?
Yeah, how old is he?
He's like 5 because my nephew.
But you see, kids are always like trying to explore
Lord.
their bodies, and you can't be judgmental towards that.
It's
Nah,
hard.
you can't. Nah, you can't.
You can't be judgmental, but you
I'm
have
just
to
going,
also-
oh my god, because I'm just like, I can't believe like this is starting.
Joanie said, Nori, oh my God.
I know.
LMAO. That is crazy. I mean, hey, let them live their life.
I just think it's one of those things where you need to give them privacy, but okay. So it's funny because this reminded me of So I remember my ex-boyfriend was having a fight with his parents or whatever, and his mom was like, "Don't ever lock the door on me." And the father said, "Well, what if he wants to masturbate? Like, give him privacy. Like, you need the
That's
space for that."
true.
But I
That
feel
is
like when
true.
I was growing up, my parents, I didn't have a lock on my door. Like in my room, it wasn't until we moved and I turned 12 that I had a lock on my door. But like I didn't have a lock on my door, so like if I wanted to, they could, I mean, not that they barged in at any you know what I mean?
Right.
Like any sort of thing that I was doing was, at night.
It
And,
had to be, yeah,
Cl-
or
it was
out
like-
in the open for them to see. I mean,
Right.
but that's why there's a shower, and that's why a lot of kids, like,
that's how I started. Yeah.
yeah, in their teens, they start, like, taking long-ass showers, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, what are
So-
you doing in there?
I started masturbating in the shower.
Do you masturbate with toys all the time? That was the question that you asked.
I did ask that question because there was I started always when I started masturbating when I was a teenager, I always used a mini massager. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
Yes.
So it's literally like this big. It's very tiny, and all
put
you
it
do,
on
because
your-
a lot of people don't understand that you can masturbate in many different ways,
course, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But most women don't masturbate with anything inside of them. They just massage their clitoris.
Sure.
So I did that for a few years, and then I think I burned myself. So I was like, wait a minute, I need to try something different. So I started just using my hands, and it actually worked. And I was like so surprised when it did, because I thought it wasn't gonna work.
Really?
Yes, it does. I know that's how you do it, Sin. So
Huh? What?
regularly.
You don't know what I do. I didn't know you were there.
We had this conversation before.
I thought she was gonna be like, I was there actually.
Actually, but no, I
Just
what,
because she's been naked in my bed, she thinks she knows everything.
I'm
What is
saying
up with you two?
I'm saying that to say this.
That's my boo.
You should always start with your hands, and then graduate towards something else.
I like never.
Because you
did
can
my
burn
hands.
yourself out.
Really?
Yeah.
I never felt that way. I mean, granted, I've always used toys or used something. I mean, not that I haven't used my hands before, but I've pretty much used toys consistently since I started masturbating till now. It's been like over 15 years, I guess.
Only? And you
Pretty
always
much.
reach orgasm?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm committed, right? So like sometimes
You have, yeah,
I don't
it's
commit.
your...
I don't commit. Like, and I'm just like, fuck this. You know what I mean?
Do you watch porn when you masturbate?
I read porn. I'm like,
Girl, what the fuck?
I read
Like a
porn,
comic?
family. Yo, I'm telling you, I'm like pretentious even in the way I like masturbate.
I got it. Who the fuck has time to? I gotta be watching something.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think it was because maybe I was like scarred at one point because I got a virus. I don't know what it was, but I literally. I think it was because I started reading when I was a kid and I would get turned on that way. So then I would read porn because I could picture myself better.
But how do you read porn? What is it like? What does it say?
You guys have never read like erotica novels and shit?
Yes.
Like,
That shit does not turn me on.
No,
Like,
I used to read that.
it literally like it's just you picturing yourself. It's like on some 50 Shades of Grey shit, except like on 1,000, and you picture yourself doing it. You just picture you as the person.
that's
So-
a lot of imagination with all this technology, but I commend you for that.
I just find that porn sometimes I'm like, oh, this is so boring. Like I don't know. It's
You gotta find the ones.
you gotta find the right one, and that's
and
a
you
lot
favorite
of investment.
them. And you gotta favorite them.
Yeah.
You bookmark them.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
You gotta save that shit. Look at Preach looking at me like,
I take the link and I copy the link, I bring it to my notes, and I put it in my notes.
See?
So I don't have it,
You save it.
lingering there.
What sites do you guys use?
I use xxnx.com.
I'm taking notes.
I used to use Pornhub, but
What about you,
actually,
Jizz?
someone around my family put me, I'm not going to put them on blast. That person put me on this site,
XXN.
Oh, I haven't been put onto that
xxnx.com.
site.
NX. All right.
Anything you want, you can find there. Anything. And it's really crazy the shit you can find in there, too.
Preach, stop fucking agreeing because
And
you
by
don't
the
want to be
way,
on this show.
This is a rated R show. Put your kids to bed if they are watching this. Please.
Please put them to bed.
Nori said that the shower head,
Yes.
she loved it as a teen.
Oh,
I have to
I
agree
see
with
that.
that.
Always.
Yeah.
Shower.
I have to
This
agree
how
with
it
Very,
started.
like very high.
Also, it's clean. No mess. Like
Just
nothing.
open your legs underneath the shower
Oh.
head.
Boom. It's a
Damn.
wrap. Like,
And it
Yeah,
just
that
hits
was pretty cool.
Like, it hits it right on it.
shower head. The bottom. I mean, like if you take it out or the bottom part, like. You know what I mean? Like, the shower, because I always got
The shower wasn't strong enough for me. I had to turn the bottom one
the faucet,
on.
the shower
yeah, the faucet.
I don't
Yeah,
even know if that's what it's called.
that one was really strong.
That was crazy.
Sometimes you had to run out of there.
Oh my god! I remember like knocking on the door, like Dalia, open the door. What are you doing in there? I'm like
Nothing.
nothing.
I'm almost done.
I'm
I'm almost done.
Oh my god!
I once got caught by my sister, man. That was so embarrassing.
What?
Okay,
I've never been caught masturbating.
This is. Oh, I've been caught.
I have my boyfriends, my ex-husband, like that. But hey, you're doing your own thing too.
Do your own thing, family. I literally. It's
Sexy
funny.
time.
Yeah, it's sexy time. It's me time. And she like felt weird about it. She caught me once. I feel like she caught me a second time too and just didn't say anything. But they were like years apart. But I'm just like.
Is she older than you or younger?
Yeah, she's 4 years older than me.
Oh.
And so she's not as like free. Like she's like a little more, especially because I'm her little sister. She considers me like almost like a child of hers.
Yeah.
Crazy. But to her, it was like she was like, "What are you?" She was like, "What are you doing?" Like it was one of those, and I was like, "Nothing. I'm masturbating." I was just straight up. I was like, "I'm masturbating." And what?
That's crazy. I mean, a lot of men don't think that women masturbate. Maybe we do as much or even more
than you guys.
do.
Although I just
Because
pointed
it's
to
so
preach.
easy. I think for men it's probably a little harder, and then you have to figure out where the jizz is gonna
Oh, so
like
gross.
end
And also,
up in.
There's nothing smellier than jizz. Literally,
It depends what the fuck he's eating. Cause I'm not gonna say I've been around a bunch of jizz, but
That's true.
I was about to.
It depends on.
But
what
it
he's eating,
depends
but
on the
still,
guy.
man.
Nori's also asking. I have to like say these comments are fucking. killing me
Please
right now.
read them.
She's asking if anybody's ever used fruit or vegetables to get off. I
No.
personally know.
I have never.
I think
I
Eve
have
has.
never.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
but
say yeah.
I do know of someone that did, and that planting got stuck,
Oh.
and she had to go to the hospital.
Oh,
What kind?
no.
What kind? What
The green plantain, the hard
Oh,
one.
Why would you? Oh,
I don't know.
Oh.
You really needed it.
Ooh,
that
man.
doesn't even look like something I would
Like,
want to put in there.
I feel like I would put a condom
I
over
think
it
she
first.
peeled it first.
No, you can get an infection.
I also heard
Hello, yeast
from a
infection.
friend of ours that she was a nurse, and she said that an older lady came into the
ER?
clinic once, and she had like a bad odor down there. She was like in her 70s, and she had a deodorant top stuck in her vagina.
For how long?
I don't remember. I remember she said maybe a week. It
What?
smelled
I'll
like it
die.
had a smell.
Oh no.
I'll die.
My
So they had to take it out.
Deodorant top.
So I guess she was masturbating with the deodorant, and the top got stuck up there. Yeah.
How
And
did
she
you
was
not
in her
realize it?
70s?
Didn't she? Oh, is that
She
what
was
she came in
old.
for? Is that what she came in for?
Yes, because
Oh, okay. So she knew because
she knew what
She
happened.
she couldn't pull it out.
Oh my God, Joanie says she's used the cucumber. I am done.
Oh my God. I actually haven't used any fruit, but one time I was really desperate and I was drinking like a Corona and I was drunk, so I used the bottle.
Oh, you crazy.
The top, the skinny top, you know?
But still.
It was good.
Yeah.
Well, I would hope it wasn't the blunt top, the big top.
What the hell was I thinking? I don't know, but I was really young. Mom, please don't watch this show.
Mommy, I'm sorry.
What? Wait, how about you? Hello? You're
I
gonna-
haven't stuck shit like that in my fucking
Anything?
vagina. No. Who you talking to?
I think I tried. Okay, I tried. Not even stuck. To take like
Hey.
a hairbrush, the ridges. When you hold the hairbrush, I tried using that and it was like too rough on my clit.
What the fuck?
I tried using the ridge. I didn't have my vibrator on me, so I was like, well, like the ridges, like when you're brushing your hair, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
And
Definitely.
I tried using that, and I was like, ow, no.
That's a little rough.
Joanie
Yeah.
said, hey, it's safe sex.
Safe sex is great sex. All right, gotta wear latex, so.
When you're not getting any, and sometimes it gets to that point where you're like, oh my God, like, you want to do something, you know. I don't know what to say.
I can't.
What are you
believe
going to call a guy? Women don't normally.
You
You
could.
can do that, but like if you're like, you want to do it right away, you normally wouldn't.
No, it's more efficient to
just get it
take care of it.
done.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, I just gotta like, after I'm done,
Release.
like, okay. Or if I'm too like,
Yeah.
sometimes we don't masturbate because we're horny. Sometimes we masturbate because like we're
You're
trying to
stressed,
get your mind
or
off
you
of
need to go to
something.
sleep.
It helps
No,
you relax.
I
Yeah.
can't. It helps me relax, but I can't. After I masturbate, I'm like wide awake. It's like a.
I've tried that too, and then I'm like, really?
Fuck that. That should have put me to sleep. Like, all right, good.
No, I can't. Like it'll make me like too awake. It's
Too
so
awake?
weird.
Yeah.
It's like
Just feel
sex.
so
Like sex
relaxed.
usually invigorates me.
Yeah.
Not that I haven't been fucked to sleep because I have, but like sex, you know.
Who's that guy? Tell us about him.
Oh man, not in my life anymore. Let me tell you that much.
Nori said
It was good while it lasted.
It was good while it lasted, but
Nori said,
man.
I gotta make sure I keep a cucumber in the crib just in case. It's insane because most people wouldn't talk about this. They would never ever say these things
No.
out loud. But I don't think what's the big deal. Like we all go through it.
Do you feel that is it possible to masturbate too much?
Yeah, you burn
Well,
your clit off
wait.
with the toy.
Do you think it desensitizes?
No, it doesn't desensitize. Dr. Rose said.
Not for the
It never
long
goes away.
run, but maybe for a few days. Yeah, I have been there
Yeah.
for a few
And
days.
it's too much.
Maybe you did too much.
I think.
What's too much?
What's too much?
Like several
Like
times in
hours,
one day.
like 7 times in a day.
What?
Aren't you exhausted after coming sometimes?
With a vibrator, you can do anything.
That's true. That's true.
That's the thing.
Damn, but
because
7 times? I'll be
Yeah.
sleeping like all day, getting up, masturbating, going back to sleep.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
seriously,
it. That was
like-
what that kind of day. Chinese, then go to sleep,
What?
get up. Yeah. Preach.
We need more of those days. Preach needs a day like that.
Yeah, pretty Gina did it.
It's better than a vacation. But tell me what you were saying about the doctor. Dr. Rose?
Oh, Dr. Rose, yeah, famous sexologist. She said that she's like your feelings, your sexual feelings, the feelings for sexual, like yearning for sexual gratification. Of course, I may be misquoting, but I'm like paraphrasing. They never go away. Like you could be 95 years old and get horny.
Really?
Yeah, they never go away. So
So
you
what do
still
you
have
do at
them.
that age?
I guess it's harder for you to get off. Like it's harder. Like you're not, you're
You're
not,
probably too
you're not
tired.
wet. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure at least with our ages, like boom boom, like Niagara Falls. But for other, and some people have trouble.
So like
with that.
our
So you get
parents could be
dryness.
like fucking off the wall right now. We don't even know.
Yeah, but it depends
Kinda.
on the person, and also just getting in the mood might be a thing. But it never goes away. So it might decrease with time. There's some dryness. It might take some time to ramp up.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like during what's it called?
Foreplay?
Menopause.
Oh,
Like they say
so
you
we're
go
talking
Sex
dry.
is
about
better. Also, apparently,
They
sex
say you
gets
can
better.
go dry. though.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
you can go
UKY is great, and
Yeah.
spit too.
It's true. K1 spit is the wave.
That's the wave.
Luby.
Looby booby, looby booby.
But you know what? Masturbation can work as a form of foreplay. Like you can just sit there and get all yourself all worked up
I've done that before, yeah, for
you
sure.
even get into it, and then it's just gonna make it even better.
Also, I think it's like
For
if there's a
sure.
voyeuristic part of it. Like if someone's watching you masturbate, that's also part of sexuality. Is something so personal, you know what I mean? Especially when you're with a partner, I feel like it's something so unique. At least for me, it's been with each partner. It's been so unique that like, if you have like your signature moves, I think that's weird. Like everyone's different, right?
Their signature moves.
Yeah, I feel like there's some like guys like, or at least in the media, people are like, oh, they're like signature moves that like guys do or whatever, like to turn on a girl. I'm like, no, like it depends on the whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And so if like you're both masturbating each other or masturbating and watching each other, like that's
Yeah.
also part
That's
of that.
a turn on to me. Like I've asked my partners to like masturbate in front of me. I mean, not everybody's down for it, but I think it's like such a turn on to me.
Right, because it's like you're masturbating.
Sometimes
to me.
that's what I watch. Like I look for porn like of a guy just masturbating, which is weird because some of them just look gay as fuck, which is nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But that's not what is like exciting me, you know?
It's like,
So-
Right.
yes, and then you go to
But
the gangbang.
you're into someone.
yeah,
I know what she likes.
You're gonna tell the world what I like.
You told the world.
what you like.
You told the world on this show.
You know, it's true. I do.
That's why.
It's true.
No, I mean more power to you. Like who doesn't love a good gangbang on porn? You know?
Yeah, on
I'll
porn.
I read it.
Very
So I
nice.
read a good
Really?
gangbang.
Really? You read the gangbang? What?
I'm fucking.
That's
I
really
can't.
interesting.
Yeah.
I need to like after this show is over, I need to see like what kind of books is it that you're reading.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I go on. I could just tell you right now, Literotica
Okay.
and then sexstories.com.
Literotica
Uh-huh.
and
Ooh.
sexstories.com.
They got everything.
So you're online reading these stories
Uh-huh.
while you're like doing your thing.
Uh-huh. Or sometimes I'll read it and be
We
like,
should post that. We're just gonna put that up for y'all.
Well, we'll post it
Anybody
want to
go to read?
That's
Go read
pretty
it right now.
interesting. Have you ever read and masturbated at the same? I wonder if men.
He's gonna check it out now.
He's gonna-
See?
he's like, excuse me. I'm just gonna-
Literotica.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What would you say to people that don't like masturbating? I don't know anybody that doesn't like masturbating.
Whoever says they don't like it,
They're fucking
they're
lying.
lying.
You think they're lying?
No, I think that there's a lot of shame built around it. I know for sure when
Okay.
I was growing up, I felt shameful after I would masturbate. I know it was like my Catholic upbringing, but it was like I felt for sure like it was something I shouldn't be doing or something that was wrong.
Yeah.
And so I can see that being a part of it. Maybe there's something related to trauma. I mean, I'm going real deep.
That's
like,
true for
There's
sure.
something traumatic like in part of to the masturbation, which I can see why someone won't like.
I mean, if you think about it, if you're a teenager and you're masturbating and your sister finds you or your mom, like, what do you think they're gonna say? Just thinking about it, my mom would probably she smacked the shit out of me.
But that's the thing too, because you're going around sneaking around doing it.
right, because it's
You
like
can't be like
it's a
open about it.
secret.
It's
No,
like
'cause
so
it's-
you're gonna feel shame. Like,
Yeah, and also like at the same time, I feel like I would definitely try to be different because if I'm so blessed to have children in my life, I would want them to feel comfortable and be like, I understand you want it to be private. I don't want to see you masturbate, but I do want you
Yeah.
to know that I want you to have like a safe space.
Absolutely. I do that with my son. Like maybe I go a little bit overboard with it, but you already know how I am, my personality.
How old's your son?
He's 13. So like a few years ago I bought him lube, and I know that it's
Condoms and
weird
stuff?
because I'm his mom,
No, because you know what?
but my lotion was lost. I couldn't find it. And I was like, I started thinking about it. I'm like, and then I found it in his room, and I was like, oh, well, I know what's going on. So I just gave him I didn't have a conversation about it. I just told him, this is for you, and give me my lotion back. So I took it back.
You took it back?
And that's it.
Well,
It was like my body lotion. Why was it in the room? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. He was a little embarrassed, and he's like, oh, Mom, please, But come on.
Now she's saying it in front of all these listeners.
Like, it is what it is. Come on, we all do it. Any young boy or girl is out there exploring their bodies.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
trying to figure out what feels good and what doesn't.
I don't think you went overboard because, like, if you think about it, number one, he was taking your lotion. You wanted that back. Number two,
And then I knew what was happening. Like, oh, I know what's happening.
Also, I
like,
think
oh
you-
my God, at 10, at 11? Wow, I didn't know that
right,
it would start that
right,
young. But
right.
Yeah, it starts that young.
But
you forgot about yourself.
Yeah, but I'm a girl, you see? So I'm not sure, like, if there's a difference there between, like,
I
being
remember
a
my-
female and a
later or
male.
whatever.
I remember my little cousins. They would like run up to me. They want to give me kisses. Some of them try to kiss me on the mouth, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like 6 and shit, 7. I'm like, y'all need to calm down. Like,
Just like that.
Yeah.
I think sexuality started. I remember
It just
being young
starts.
and being like, I like boys. Like I've always known that. You know what I mean?
When was the first time you saw a dick? That's a very serious question. Good for you.
you mean like not in a
Like,
magazine, like a
no,
live
like
one?
a live dick. Like, whoa. Or the first time you saw it ever on a magazine, on a video.
I
I
don't
was
remember.
little with those porn fucking
Oh, you
I
saw a
don't-
dick that
those
early?
nude magazines.
I don't remember the ever.
Seen a dick.
Like no, like the first time, like I remember walking. Like my brother accidentally saw him, and I was like, ah! That was. And actually, you know what's funny? You know what's funny?
Yeah.
My brother doesn't know this. I've never told him this, and it's been.
Was
I'm,
he
like, getting
peeing
embarrassed.
in the bathroom?
No, he was. So he had just come out of the shower, and we were all watching something on TV. I don't know what it was, but it was something. I want to say like it was like about 9/11. I feel like it was like I was like.
That's traumatic.
Yes, so we're all sitting, and I'm sitting on the floor, and he's sitting on the couch, and I turn around, and I was like, oh, he was like sitting with a towel.
And his legs were open?
Yes!
And you could see the balls and everything?
Yes, and I remember clear as day, and I literally went, I was like, oh my god, I was like so embarrassed, and I never told him, and he to this day, sorry.
Unless he listens
Why
now.
is he sitting with his legs
Yeah,
open?
all his shenanigan
Well,
out.
I was the only one sitting on the floor.
Right.
And I was like,
and you were staring this way. He
Right.
was back here.
right, and it was we have an 11-year difference. Like he doesn't like he was, you know what I
He
mean?
wasn't
Like
thinking like
no, like so I was just like
His whole shenanigan.
his whole shit was out. His whole meat and potatoes, and I literally was like,
Meat and potato.
that was the first
that. And the balls
time.
were hairy? I'm sorry, I'm getting into deep
Honestly,
details.
this was like well over 15 years ago.
He was
No.
a kid still, like young?
No, I think he must have been like 15 or 16.
Oh, okay.
To me, he was like he was an adult. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
but he was a kid. But to me, he was like this big adult because we had such a big age difference.
And when was the first time you saw a live dick in your face?
Hold on.
Preach.
Yo, I don't remember of note. Did this happen before or after? Was I want to say freshman year of high school, my first like boyfriend.
9th grade.
I want to say, but I don't know. I could be wrong because I was kissing boys when I was like 11.
So
But-
because some guys would just pull it out of nowhere, and you're like, wait a minute.
What you doing with that?
That happened to me in high school too, where
Put
I
that
was just
weapon
making
away.
out with a guy, and that was the first time I ever saw it because he thought it was just cool to just pull it out, like
Oh yeah,
kiss
boys
it.
are so
I'm like,
kiss
kiss
it.
it.
Kiss it.
I said I am not kissing it.
the
What the
tip.
hell do they
Kiss the
think?
tip.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
just a tip.
So
just,
disgusting.
Yeah, just kiss the tip.
Yeah.
That's all. Like I'm not asking for anything, just a kiss on the tip. I have to think. I thought about it. I'm like, no. Cindy, do you remember those times?
Yeah, I think it was like 8th grade.
Just kiss the tip.
8th grade or 9th grade.
I
Because I,
think
feel
I
like
was
there
like
was
in
one.
the 10th grade, maybe 11th grade, when I saw an actual live fucking dick somebody I was like seeing.
But not on the phone, right? It was in your face.
No,
Oh, phone.
Oh,
it
on
was
the
in your
phone.
face. I just imagine
We
like
didn't have fucking phones back then.
Oh,
Talking about
okay.
like you know what I'm saying? We didn't have phones
So
and all
it
that. And the
was
pages came
live.
later. Like
the pages.
it was live in person. Like yeah.
Well, yeah, it was.
So when
Like
was the first
TRL.
time you had an orgasm? Do you remember? I remember like it was yesterday. The,
The first one?
time.
I can't
I had-
remember, man.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact time, but I remember it being in the shower, using the shower head, and me, so when I was growing up, I used to watch a lot of novelas, right? Telenovelas, soap operas.
Yeah.
So when people would have sex on those shows, they would get naked and kiss, and I thought that's what sex was.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until who's 4 years older than me, my sister told me what sex was. It was like, oh. And my parents gave me this
The
book.
actual act of it, like
Yes,
you
penis
know.
and vagina. I was like, that goes in there? Like, it was one of
Yeah.
those. And then I read this book that my mom gave me. It was, like, about development and whatever. That, like, kind of educated me a little more. So when I started, when I thought I thought orgasm was just, like, you getting horny. I didn't know there was, like, a peak. There was, like, a zenith point
yeah.
of sexual gratification. So I remember being like, there's something building. And I remember I had just recently learned what the orgasm was. And I was, like, building.
But you weren't sure that was gonna happen.
Because I was, like, I was doing the shower head thing, but I wasn't orgasming yet. And then
Okay.
eventually I did. After doing it a couple more times, I was like, I guess I wasn't doing it
Were
long
you
enough.
like, what the hell?
I was like, whoa, that's what that is. I'm like, damn. I remember like a feeling of like this, like tingly feeling everywhere, and then like
Yeah.
my face got so hot.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so weird. So yeah,
Interesting.
that I remember that happening to me. I remember thinking, wow. I don't remember the exact like it was this bathroom
Time.
this time. Like
I can't.
whatever.
Yeah.
I
know
do
I was
remember
young too.
I was humping my ex-boyfriend. My first boyfriend when I was 13. His name is William Peralta.
She pulled out his whole government.
Damn.
What's his social?
I was
Eve?
in-
What's his social?
We never, I don't know. We never did anything, but you know when you're young and you have your little first boyfriend and we were just humping.
You make out a lot and dry hump a lot.
and we were making
Yeah,
out and
there's
dry
a lot of
humping.
fucking dry humping.
And I felt it and I was like, you know, like, what the hell was that? And I didn't know that that was an orgasm until like later on.
Right.
Like, why am I so wet?
It was just like I felt so hot, like a
then-
hot
then, like,
feeling, and then like an explosion,
An
and then like
explosion.
and then like super hot afterwards. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like what was that? It felt amazing.
Orgasms are amazing.
It
They
was.
are.
It was great.
They're God's gift. Sweet little gusto.
Sweet little gusto. Meat, what did she say? Meat and potatoes?
Meat and potatoes. That is what I said.
Do you prefer sex or masturbation?
Oh, come on.
I mean, you can
Some
never.
people
It's like
like
going
to do
to a
it with
concert.
themselves.
It's
It's
like going
not
to a
the same.
concert. You go to a concert, you're going to have a good time. But you go with someone else, you're going to have a better time.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Come on.
Hey.
But you also like doing it with someone else is more like feeling their bodies. Like I'm really into feeling the person I'm with. Like touching, I'm very touchy feeling. So you can't do that with a toy. You know what
True.
I mean?
I mean, you
but
can, but
it's
not fun.
faster
Oh, yeah.
with a toy
True.
or with your
Yeah.
hands.
True.
You don't have to like, you know, if you just want to get to that point, then it's better when you masturbate. But if you are really trying to get into that like emotional connection type of shit, then obviously it's better to be with somebody.
Okay, I pose a better question.
Go.
Would you prefer a one-night stand or masturbation?
One night stands don't do anything for me.
Ooh, masturbation.
Yeah.
I don't really do one night stand.
Yo, honestly, I disagree. Like, I mean, for me, like, I feel like
You're
I can,
like an open little girl here because
I can orgasm through by a one-night stand. I can.
really,
Yes, I have.
I feel like you need to have more than that. For me, those things didn't do anything for me, and I learned it quickly, and that's why I didn't do it
Right,
after.
right, you don't, right.
Because it didn't really like it didn't
It
feel
is an
me
ego
like
boost. It
I didn't
is an
even
ego
know
boost.
you. You know, it's kind
Yeah.
of awkward. You take your shirt off, and you may be hairier than I thought you may be. I don't know, like
There's
like
no
we're not
emotional
like we're
connection
not
to-
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a
good.
lot of like thinking and a lot of like, you know, I hope he's not thinking this about me or, you know what I mean? Like you think too much. You're into your, like
You're
I'm
in
my
your head too much instead of enjoying
Yeah.
the moment and going with the.
Right.
I'm not. But I do feel like see, one-night stands are like salads. Like, it's like ordering a salad.
I love how your
Yeah,
analogy Wait, depends on the dressing?
No.
Like, is that what you're going to say?
No, but that's a good one.
Okay.
That like salads are like there's the extreme potential for it to be boring or unsatisfying if you order a salad at a restaurant. Like usually you don't. I'm not the kind of girl who
I
orders
never
a salad
order
at
salad.
a restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe as an app, but because I feel guilty about eating terribly or something. But for the most part, like you could probably do it better yourself, right?
Absolutely.
So masturbation. So because it has the extreme potential to be boring, I think it's like it's such a seesaw like possibility that you're less inclined to do that if you're thinking about getting off. Sometimes it's just an ego boost. Sometimes it's just like you have a connection with somebody and you say, fuck it, let's give it a whirl. And sometimes it works, you know?
Yeah.
A shot in the dark. But it's one of those things that like I feel like, I at least, I don't know.
a shot in the dark, that sounds very like what it would be. It's,
Right. I
it's
mean,
a shot in
or
the
you
dark.
crave intimacy, even if it's just like someone random, someone that doesn't know you. There's an anonymity to that might be appealing to you. So I wouldn't necessarily choose masturbation over a
I
one night
would choose
stand. Sometimes
masturbation
maybe
over-
also like story value over comfort. So like maybe I'm just like, yeah, I had this crazy night one night.
Okay.
You know what I
like
mean?
the story
Yeah,
after?
maybe the ego stroke is like part of the getting off.
Right.
Like, wow, this guy's into me. He just met me. We're gonna smash. I'm never gonna talk to him again. That's
Ooh,
amazing.
that's a man's world right there. Men think like that, and maybe because you're easier when to have an orgasm, like you
with
were saying.
sex, with oral's
With
a little
sex.
different. Yeah.
So maybe that's the same way men think because they come quick. not quick, but for them, there's always gonna be that end.
Look at Preach.
I don't always think I'm gonna like. I don't know if I'm always gonna come. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No,
I don't
it's true.
always.
It doesn't always
That's
happen.
true. It doesn't always
But
happen.
if you bring a girl home from the bar, Preach, you know that if you smash, you're gonna jizz all over her
all over her.
or wherever. I don't know.
Why does that have to be
Have
all
you
over her?
ever
all over.
have you ever done so where you can't?
Yeah.
Oh, where you
Is it
can?
that you're just
I
not
feel like
into it?
Come?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, there was
Do you fake that you came?
yeah.
Oh
There
yeah.
was one time I did that, yeah.
You had to
faked
fake it so you could be done with it.
What
It depends,
position were you on?
Oral, I can't, like, at oral, I don't want to say trouble, but it takes me.
It's hard for oral.
Yeah.
For me to come orally.
So, what position were you on when you pretended that you came? Yeah.
Doggy. Yeah. How else would you? I feel like
Yeah, I had to, yeah.
doggy's the only way to pull that
That's
off.
the best way.
Yeah, that's the only
And what did you do to fake it? Were you like, did you make a noise or anything like that?
She loves detail like nobody's business.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh.
So you did make a noise.
Yeah.
Has she ever?
She goes, what kind of noise?
Did you ever come with her before, or this was? So she kind of knew your noise, so you kind of faked it well in order for
Is
her
it the
to
same
think.
noise every time?
Guys, they're very,
like-
they're the same.
There's
like
an
to me,
Predictable.
There's
they're
an
very
O face.
predictable.
There is an O face. I call it the O face.
Oh, then there's like a smack, or there's
That's
like something.
Yeah,
that
or they breathe
do.
heavy, or
Or
they
there's like
do
a fuck.
something.
Oh yeah, something. Did you do that?
some
Did you make
shit.
sure that she didn't know that you,
Did you
faked
act? Did you
it?
play your part? Would you have
Right.
an Oscar?
She never was suspicious about it or anything like that.
Okay, because I would feel like I would be so upset if I knew that
Yeah,
you
me
faked
too.
it.
Me too. I would be so upset.
What do you mean? Why?
Are you kidding?
I'm dead.
Would you like it if a girl faked it for you?
Don't not do though.
And they know probably too.
We definitely fake.
I
course we do.
did it once and I was like, never again.
no,
I'm never
I
faking it again.
yeah.
Never faking it again. Nah, it's not. You don't deserve that. Truth.
I want
Thank you. That's exactly what I used to say too. Like I had faked it before in the past, but then it came to a point that I was like, I'm not gonna give him that
No,
satisfaction
I did it once.
that
but
he
didn't
thinks I
do-
came, and if I
it's
didn't,
an easy A. He doesn't deserve the A.
that's right.
You deserve an F, bitch.
Did you let him know? Do you let him know? Like I
No,
didn't come.
I never told him because it was we were messing around. I was in my teens. It wasn't sex. We were frauded. We were dry humping, doing all that bullshit. And I faked it after I was getting fingered. And I was like, I don't want to do that again. And then we stopped
Yeah.
really messing after that.
So like in a relationship, if you don't get your orgasm once you're done having sex, do you go and run for your vibrator or something like that?
No, I feel like usually it's like it is what it is. Like it's never happened to me where I've been like, oh, I feel like sometimes they can tell and they're like, did you come? And I'm like, honestly, no, but I'm cool. Like we don't have to.
Right. It
You
doesn't
don't
always
finish
have to
me
be
off.
like that.
It's fine. Like, yeah, it doesn't have
Right.
to. I mean, like.
I think
whatever.
that strokes the guy's ego, no? That you can make her come.
But that's
So that's
but
why
that's
you
a
usually
job.
ask?
Yeah, but that's your job.
But is that why you usually ask, though? Why?
No, I don't. If you have to ask.
Guys do ask?
Because
They-
guys sometimes ask,
they
"Oh,
do.
did you come?"
Yeah. They asked.
But I think that you wouldn't ask if you knew. Like you don't have to ask.
And sometimes we're like, "Yeah." Meanwhile, we're like, "Fuck no." Like, forget it, bro.
I didn't.
I don't.
Isn't that your issue though? Like it's your fault you didn't communicate.
Well, you
Yeah.
have to have that communication. That's why I was saying that like one night stands they don't do anything
Right.
because then you don't
I hate.
feel uncomfortable.
If a one night stand, if I
Yeah.
didn't come in a one night stand, was like, did you come? I'd be like, nah, but get out. Or like,
Well, I was in a relationship with my ex, and I would roll over and just get my vibrator and pull it out. And I am sorry, like I need to come. And I remember him being very upset about that. He was
well, why wouldn't he help you?
exactly. I'm like, can you suck a tit like while I do this? And he wouldn't. Like it was really funny.
That's pretty
He's an ex
selfish.
for a reason.
Very
He's an ex for a
selfish.
That's
reason.
why he's an ex.
Very weird, right? He said that I was very bold and that how dare I even do something like that.
Well, you didn't do the fucking job, so I got to take care of it myself. Like I want to
I
release.
think it was also because the problem is that if your ego's so hurt, you can't get past.
Right.
Like, I have a similar situation that happened with someone I was dating, someone that you know, that I
You know him, Cindy.
Okay.
So think about that.
I did. I already got it.
Okay.
and he was going down on me, and I like adjusted him, and he was so like
He was angry about it?
he was like so like taken aback, and
Did you adjust
he
his
just got
head?
quiet. I don't remember what I said. I don't know if I said like gentler or slow. I said something like that, and he was like so quiet, and I was like, bro, and then me being me, I was like, what's up? I'm literally like, what the fuck is up? Like, what's wrong? Why are you quiet?
What happened?
I'm like communicating to you, and he's like, you're not letting me breathe right now. Like, just, and I was like, okay, all right, maybe
That's
I'm
a
a little too
buzzkill.
aggressive. Yeah.
And then after that, things are just very weird. You
Right,
can't
so
even
we just
do
fucking
stopped.
anything.
It's like, okay, but honestly though, I adjusted him in a very gentle way, and I think he was just so taken aback by someone taking control of something you're doing to me
Right.
that he was literally like,
Isn't that? I like it when a man tells me like, you know, a little bit this way, a little bit that way.
yeah, because I
Like,
want to do better.
Be a little bit,
yeah,
you know, like choke me.
whatever.
I mean, I like to tell the person what to do if they're not like getting it.
which is
So I don't
yeah,
think that's a problem.
no, but it was. I mean, I think a lot of those things are sometimes people are just like it's such a sensitive topic in
Yeah.
general that any little thing, even as gentle as you can be, even as truthfully as like cleverly honest you can be, they will still take it the wrong way. So
Yeah, I need someone that has that confidence because I think when a man doesn't have that confidence, that's when they get like that.
yeah, I mean, which is funny because he's literally it was like we were compatible in that regard.
Yeah.
Like he was great, but it was just a thing. It was just like a thing. I was just, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh god, it was bad every time. It wasn't ever.
I think
So-
it should be both ways. I think a man also, like, if a woman is giving you head and you want to tell her, you know, like, oh, the teeth or do
Yeah.
this or do that. And I'm okay with that. I've gotten that, which
Yeah,
is like,
sure.
oh, babe, you know, the teeth or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
It
watch the
is.
teeth, or
You know, like, can you get your mouth more wet or whatever the point is? Spit on it, whatever. Like, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I love direction. This is our porn,
Our porn.
right?
And the masturbation
So-
is like the porn. If you meet myself, and I,
Let's direct it accordingly.
Yeah.
Yo, Eve is like,
I like being told what to do, and I also like telling someone what to do. So it should be good. Like, you should receive it right. I don't know what the problem is there.
that's true.
Oh, Nori.
Me, myself, and I porn.
do women masturbate as often as men do?
Yeah, I think so, if not more.
Probably more.
I think more, probably. Yeah, you think men
Yeah.
do? You think men?
What do you think is like an average that men do it daily or weekly, let's say?
I feel like guys masturbate daily usually.
And what are the reasons?
If you're not getting it, like let's do like a
Okay.
control. So you are not having sex regularly.
Oh, wow. Like before you go to bed, in the shower, in the bed, where? Anywhere? And what, like,
Wow.
oh, okay. So what is the little light bulb that comes up like, ding? Oh,
I might be watching the show, or a girl in the show, and, oh wow, or I might be.
Interesting.
really?
He said he's watching just in case you couldn't hear him. He was watching a girl on a show.
And you pause it?
Ooh.
You pause it.
And you look at her face like, I want to jizz on her face type of thing?
What is it? Eve, Eve, Eve
Sometimes
loves like face jizzing.
Sometimes I want to be a man just so I can cum all over your face. You know what I mean? Like, oh, take this, bitch. You know what I mean?
It's like the end of every fucking porn video, they gotta come on the fucking girl's face. Like,
I
why?
like that.
But why? Everyone.
Facial, baby.
Do you like that?
Do I like watching it?
Doing it to a girl.
Face jizzing.
Why is it that men love doing that so much?
I feel like it's degrading.
But sometimes not even on the face.
Really?
They
It's
just wanna-
degrading?
No. I think they like it because it's a weird degrading. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not into it.
Just to, what about-
Dominating, like
oh,
you said.
like coming
Yeah,
on a
dominating.
girl? Doesn't have to be on the face, but like, what if they just come on you?
But on the face, you know, like right on the cheek
Right, or the, yeah,
or the eye.
The neck,
Yeah, the
the
neck.
hair. You get cum in your hair.
right.
It's like gel.
But it's like it's a domineering thing afterwards.
That's why men like it. That's why they like it.
I never said I didn't like it. I'm just saying it's like I feel like it's a weird power thing.
It is definitely because you can't do it to them. That's the only reason why it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna write his face?
Squirt your way. Yeah, right.
Squirt your way into the face? Like, I don't think any men would like that anyways. For you to squirt on their face.
Oh my god, yes they would. Are you kidding?
Really?
Yeah, maybe it's the weird guys that I date. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I would love to just jump as soon as you know that that's gonna happen, but you know, then you have that conversation in between, where like, oh, can I, you know, and you don't, so you don't, you end up not. Do guys ever ask you first?
What? I come on your
where
face?
they're going to come, if they're trying to come anywhere in your body? Do they ask the question while they're about to?
No.
Or
they
I
just
feel like,
do it?
honestly, I feel like I give them the permission. I'm like,
Yes.
Yes,
I'm like,
exactly.
come on my face. So,
If you say that,
Yeah.
we look for that. Like if you, if you say
you look for that?
no, if a girl, we don't.
But he likes that, I'm sure.
Yeah, if a girl says, oh, then I'm like, oh, okay, it's a go. I'm not gonna just do it.
Nah, yo, I would never, yo, if,
Yeah, because I don't know. If she's
Like that show
I've never
Insecure,
told the guy to
remember? The
fucking
guy
come in
just
my
came
face.
all over
Yeah,
her.
she got
Yes.
fucking
And
pissed.
she was pissed off.
There's a line, I think. I think you gotta ask. Or they gotta give you,
you
the
definitely
go.
have to
I
ask.
think
Or
they,
they
have,
gotta give you the go.
they
Some things
should
are cool
wait
until
for
they're
you
not.
to give them the go. Like,
Yeah. Sex is cool. Sex is, it's all cool until it's not. Like, it's one of those things, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
nah, bro.
and you
It's
can
a
hit
dub.
on people's nerves and traumas too during sex, which you may not know.
Oh, yeah.
And that could be a little like, kind of weird.
Yeah.
So
Whereas when you masturbate, you don't gotta hit on no nerves, no trauma. Because it's just you.
you and your toy, baby.
It's just you taking care of you.
Talk to us about the type of toys that there are out there.
Oh. You know more about
We
the
have the
toys.
mini massager. That one's like $12.99 or something like that.
What
The
about
ro-
the bead?
is-
The thing that you shove in there and people could just turn on and off?
Ooh,
Like someone
I
else can
heard
control
about
it?
that with an app that you
Uh-huh,
can actually. My sister. Oh, sorry, girl. But she was telling me about it. She's married and she has a very open sexual relationship with her husband, and they did something like that where they went to a game and they had the app. And she had it, and it's like supposed to be like super awesome and
'Cause
exciting.
you don't know when.
Because he has the control over it, while she's just sitting there watching the game with him.
Oh, they went to a
That sounds
game, not like a
fun.
sex game. They went to like a
No,
game.
like a baseball
Soccer
game
game
or
or
something
okay.
like that.
That sounds fun, but also like nerve wracking, but fun.
It's like a little thing that
Like
just
an
goes
egg.
up in your vagina,
Uh-huh.
and then yeah, that's pretty interesting because usually I thought that vibrating things would feel good in the clit, not.
Well, the
in
clit
like,
is
up
just
there.
the clit is like the inside is just like the clit inside, right?
Yeah, the nerves kind of like
Uh-huh.
go.
Uh huh.
Yeah, interesting.
Do that again.
They just go like whoop, like up in there. There are
The New York clit is like,
8,000 nerves in the clitoris.
8,000, baby.
That's way more than men has in their penis.
That sucks. Actually, you know what? With
That,
all-
Well,
with all
fuck the
due respect,
patriarchy.
Rachel.
There's sex toys for guys too, though.
yeah, that's true.
Like
Oh,
that
the
cock, ring.
Cock rings, anal beads.
But that's not for guys. That's for the girl. It vibrates so
but
when
they
it
use
hits.
it. But they use it. But also, isn't
Yeah.
there the that it looks like a vagina and you
Flashlight? Flashlight?
yeah
What is it called?
Flashlight?
flashlight
A flashlight?
Flesh.
flashlight.
Oh, so that's like a pussy. I've seen it on.
Pussy pocket.
Yeah.
A pussy pocket.
And you can like masturbate with the pussy.
I've never used it, but I would imagine that's how it works.
Ah.
Interesting.
Would you admit it if you did?
Yeah.
All right.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go and try it.
He's like, yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
What else is there for men though?
I don't think there's that much.
There's not that much,
Oh,
right?
the dolls. That's something very big that's happening lately now.
I'm not into.
Where you like fuck a doll.
Yeah, that's on some like Black Mirror shit.
I
I'm good.
don't know, yo.
Yeah, but
That's,
a lot of men do use it.
fucking
They just don't wanna
lonely
talk about-
down south, living in a swamp type of shit.
What else are there?
Live by yourself and you get a fucking doll.
Yeah, there isn't much for
Look
guys.
at Talia looking at me like.
They just use their hands.
Bueno.
I'm just saying.
For women, there are a lot of things you can do. You know, you don't even need to buy a toy, like Talia was saying. You can just use the shower head,
Right. Oh, what about
or the
nipple,
shower
nipple
head.
Clamps?
you know?
Nipple clamps are like it's technically a toy, isn't it?
Oh.
Yes, I bought one of those, but it was just too tight for me.
How does that work?
You just clamp your nipples while you do whatever you do down there. So if you're the type of person that needs extra stuff
Like
to come,
nipple stimulation.
right, then you can.
So
do
then, when you
that.
release it, all the blood flushes.
that shit hurts.
I was about
Yeah.
to say, doesn't that hurt?
Hell yeah!
And some
I bought it because I
BDSM
thought it was gonna do the same thing that it does with your doing your thing with your hands.
huh.
But no, that's very very. It's hard. It hurts. So I guess some people like the pain.
Sure. Yeah, pleasure and pain. It's a fine line.
Yeah. Do you, Talia?
Do I what?
Like pain?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Talia looks like she likes BDSM shit. Dead ass.
She does. She
Am I right?
She likes the little.
You're not
smack.
wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I feel like people. Okay, so I got my birth chart done. I was telling you this, and the astrologer goes, "You are like," she was like, "You are so sexy." She's like, everyone finds you sexy. I'm like, no. I was like, I don't think it has anything to do. I was like, maybe it's just I just look like I enjoy sex.
You give that vibe.
I give a vibe. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because all my like Capricorns in like all my houses or whatever it is, and like
And all
it's
the
just, like,
guys you make out with,
You're
every
a
time they turn
Capricorn?
around, you're making out with somebody.
I'm
Go to a
Capricorn.
fucking
Me
club.
too.
Talia's making out with some dude in the corner.
Wow, just call me out.
Really? Let her be. She want to have fun. She's single.
I'm not with you all the time.
She want to go home and fuck.
Sometimes I just want to go home and fuck. But yeah, anyway, it was funny. 'cause
Like
I
a
was
preach.
I think it's like I just give off this like I don't know. I just
Sexual
that I
vibe.
like I'm the chick on top kind of shit, which is funny because I
like
I don't have the
that.
strength to be on top for too long.
I love. Ooh, let's. The strength. You don't need strength for that.
To be on top, yo,
You can change it
that's
up a lot.
squat. That is a sumo squat.
There is a squat in it, but then you can also do where you bend your knees.
Yeah, I know.
Also, there's a part where you
Take
just
control.
Put your booty up and down and just
I
stay
know.
down.
I know, but it depends. I feel like you gotta.
You
Just
can do it, girl.
not-
Do the cowgirl reverse.
reverse cowgirl. Well, yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I feel like when people think chick on top, they think.
Yo, Eve says stuff and she looks at me like,
I'm like, Sim.
and I'm like,
Chick,
Cindy
I feel
knows
like people
what I'm talking
associate
about.
chick on top with like a freak, and that it shouldn't be like that. A lot of girls can only come if they're on top with sex. So it's like that isn't the end all be all. But I just feel like
What is your position to come?
every position, like
Jesus, girl.
except for me, when I'm on top, I come the least.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I think it's just the way my
That's
vagina
my best
Isn't that
position.
wild?
me too.
Because
I
you
like
can
to be on top.
control every movement and everything. You
Well,
know?
I'm such a psychopath, like in life, that I like to relinquish control. So maybe that's why. So like in my sex life, it's a little different. But I am like
You're submissive.
people look at me like you look like a freak, and I'm like, I don't know. I want like that's sexy for someone to think that of you. Like,
Yeah.
oh wow, I'm such a badass. But like, I don't think I'm like
a crazy freak.
No, I just feel like everyone is like me, but maybe they're not. I don't know. To me,
No,
like,
it's
nothing I
not that
do-
easy to come, first of all.
No, but I don't
It
think that's
seems
because
like
I'm
it's
a freak.
easier for you.
I don't think that's necessarily a freak. It could just be like genetics.
No, you're just there mentally right away. Because it's hard to do it.
Oh, wow, yeah,
I think
It
your
is mental.
mind is literally the first thing that you need to overcome that before you even get into the body.
I'm really confident and open. I will say that much. And
Yeah.
I think that's really threatening to some people. So if you like me, I gotta be able to make fun of you. I gotta be able to like,
I like that.
you know. And of course, I like the guys that like.
Are you
Every
dominating?
guy I've ever dated has always been a little scared of me. Let's keep it at that.
Ooh, that's okay.
Even
I
I'm
like
scared of
them.
her, and I'm just sitting right here.
I don't mind that. That's okay to be a little scared.
You should be a little scared of me. You should.
Do you like foreplay?
Yeah.
Do you feel like masturbating
yeah.
is a form of foreplay
if the other person's present?
or not? Like he can be taking a shower, ready to go, and then I'm just there, doing my thing, making sure I do not come. So once he gets into the room, is like,
I'm hot and ready.
now we get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I've done it before, and I never liked it because I feel like I should begin and end the journey with you.
Oh, okay.
So I personally, I don't think masturbation alone is foreplay. But if I'm masturbating and you're involved in some way, then it is foreplay.
What if we're both masturbating? Like you masturbate yourself, I masturbate myself, and we're just watching each other.
Then sure, yeah, that's part of it.
That's
that is
foreplay. That's definitely foreplay.
Yeah, because you're involving the other person.
Look
But
at
people
us
don't
thinking
really
about
do
it
that.
right now, and I'm like, that's why there's a
Where's
bun
the
in the
vibrator
oven.
go? Where's the vibrator go?
Wait, I wanted to show all of the listeners and the viewers some of the toys, but we're missing a few. We just have one toy to show.
No, we got a couple toys.
And I don't know if this is a good idea, but Talia, you can do the honors.
Why do I have to do the honors?
I don't even know how to turn that thing
Can you
on.
show what this is to
Okay.
the viewers and turn
Scared
it
to
on?
touch it.
No, it's
Does
totally...
it have a name? Does it have a name?
No, I know. Don't name those things.
Isn't this the Roger? Is this the Roger Rabbit?
No, there was a Randy, but Randy died a long time ago.
Well, you got to put it in front of the camera because they can't
Oh,
see
sorry.
it. There you go.
So there are different toys. There's like a mini massager that you can use to massage your Cindy's red.
I'm fucking
You can
dead
use
right
to
Why
now.
is
massage your...
Did you charge this thing?
No, I mean it just
needs new
it
batteries.
wears batteries. It wears batteries.
That shit is worn the fuck out.
No, this is like the top
Obviously.
And then the other part is really
doesn't stop.
what you use the most, which is like a vibrator part, which
Wait.
you don't even need to use this part. I really don't use this part much.
You don't insert that?
You can, but that's not, some people don't get turned on with that part. All you need is a little zzz, vibrating, which is really funny because
I don't know how to turn it off.
This is gonna keep going.
so this is like the oh my god, it just kept going.
Yo, your car?
This,
I know.
so this is a toy. You don't need to use the whole thing, but you can use this part, which is like the vibrating part, which most toys are just like this, the vibrating part. You don't really need to use this part, but you can. But you can.
You can use that part as like the clit stimulation as well.
Yes, but the only thing with this is like this is too hard. It doesn't feel like a real dick because it's not a real dick.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just
It's
like
a veiny one though.
Isn't it interesting? Like you know,
you should name it.
I know.
She's
No.
never named it, so it's like it's just a
Yes,
personal.
because this is not something that it's very useful.
I
but
think it's
this
funny
is.
that it's purple and that I have one that's purple.
You have one too.
Really?
Not like that.
I
Something
think
else.
most women have a drawer with toys, and you would never even know. Do
Yeah.
you?
Yeah,
I
of
got
course.
shit in the
Every
drawer.
women have a drawer with toys.
It's funny because I was actually at my friend's house and I was staying over. I'm not gonna say where because you'll know. Like anyway, whatever. Point is that it's not
Lori
someone, no, it's
wants
someone you know,
one,
it's
by
someone
the
you know.
way.
That's fine.
I'm looking and I was gonna sleep over her crib and I'm going through the drawer looking for something and I
Girl?
see this why did I go through her drawer? Why did I go through her
What
drawer?
did you see?
It was like a 360 Ultra Plus vibrator like Magnum. I don't fucking know. It was
They come huge,
it was
bigger
it
than
was,
this.
It was 3 times as big as that.
Like a
it was
dick.
terrifying. It was terrifying.
And they come in different colors: brown,
Hers was pink.
light, pink.
Hers was like tickle me pink, and I literally was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Ah!" And I closed it, and it just felt like I was walking into a private moment, even though she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Whatever, it felt weird. But everyone has it. I have like my toys in my drawer.
How many do you own?
Toys, like that I use on my body too.
Sin, how many toys do you own?
A couple.
How many? Tell us a number.
I don't know. There's like a bag that has
Oh.
stuff in it. What the
Preach
fuck?
is like-
What?
Because Preach is like, what? But she just had 2, so that's fine.
I have a few in like a bag. It doesn't mean I use all of them, but from what I use,
At the
2 of
same
them.
time?
I have like 2. No.
Not at the same time, but there's a toy also that I wanted to use really bad, and I did once, and it didn't really work out. But it's like an anal bead, because I always wanted to like try that
Explore, yeah.
and explore and to see if
It's
that
on
would.
the menu.
And it wasn't.
But it wasn't something
It's
that
not for you.
I enjoyed. So
Yeah.
I was like, this is not gonna work.
Oh, that sucks. You're supposed to like boil those things, right?
Boiled.
Yeah, I heard you have to boil anal beads. You
What?
can't like wash them with soap and water.
Oh, of
all the
course.
bacterial shit.
But like maybe one bead went in, and then I was like, this is not me.
You're not into the anal anything.
No, most people would think I'm such a freak on
Yo,
that,
butt
but
play
I'm
is
not.
the wave. Come on.
Butt plugs
It's butt play. It's the wave.
with like a finger.
Well,
You have to
everything.
be in it though, because I have asked people where I've been in a sexual, like in it, and then it's just like it feels good. But then there have been guys that have just tried it, and I'm like, can you please take your finger off my take it out?
Take it out. Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they just go the extra mile.
Yeah, and they're just like
Let's see how
hanging
far I
there.
can go.
They're just like hanging it in there
Yeah.
too.
Ooh, yeah, like a hangnail.
Yeah,
I feel like sometimes guys too, like if you're doing doggy, they try to, they're trying to maneuver. And
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I know you're not trying to fucking go somewhere.
Oh, no, no,
You don't
or
need
when-
to be going.
Or when you're
Yeah.
you're like readjusting and I'm like wrong hole.
Yeah,
wrong hole.
like, wrong one.
Was it a
Oh,
wrong
my
hole? Or
bad.
were you being sus? Like were you just
he
like
was,
Yeah.
he was trying it.
I feel
Yeah.
like they try it.
But
Oh, yeah.
but some women love double penetration, and they use like a double. Doesn't have to be 2 men, but like a dildo in the ass while the guy is like
That's wild.
fucking her.
I mean, see, yeah.
I've seen
Sure.
it in porn, and
No.
it looks great, but it's not something that I could.
It
Probably,
looks great. The aesthetics
I
are really
can't
It
do
looks
it.
great.
Give it
right?
5 stars.
Preach you into. Do you like double penetration?
DP,
DP.
bada bing, bada boom. I can't say I've tried it.
DP.
No, 2 dicks.
Yeah, but
fam.
it could be like one of these
No,
and
right.
your dick.
No.
Cindy, have you done
No.
DP? Damn, no one here has done DP.
No. Have you done it?
No, I wanted to because it looks great, but ass, that's not my thing. Anal is not my thing. It probably will
You
never.
never had anal sex, you said.
I tried it.
Oh, I've had anal sex.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Do you like
I
it?
liked it. I mean, I was married at the time. The
Do
only
you
person I ever
do
did
what
anal sex.
position?
How the fuck was it that we did it so long ago?
Were you on your back? Were you doggy style? Were you like?
On your
No,
back,
I think
that's
it was.
hard.
I think I was on my stomach. I was on my stomach. It was
Okay,
from the
like
back.
on your back.
Enjoyable? What is it enjoyable?
Yeah, it was enjoyable. Not gonna lie.
Did you eat vegetables that day?
Why do I gotta eat vegetables?
I don't know.
Like,
Did you prepare
drink the
yourself?
tea? Did you drink one of those?
No,
like,
I
diarrhea
just
teas?
was like, fuck it, let's just try it. Like, I was just into trying a lot of stuff back then. It was.
Wow.
I wasn't as conservative as I am now, I guess.
You're
I don't
not
know. Comes-
conservative.
You're not. I'm
fuck
sure if
outta
you
here.
meet a guy
It
that
comes
brings
with
the
age.
A out of you, he'll bring the anal out of you again. So don't worry. How about you,
I'll
Talia?
put the
Have
A
you?
in Cindy.
Have you tried anal?
I've tried it, but it didn't work out.
Is that like part of masturbation? Like if you masturbate your anus, do people do
yes,
that?
yes. Obviously.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm sure. If anything, to me, masturbation is like, even if I was rubbing my titties until I came or whatever, it's just my titties. I mean, not that I've never done that, but like,
Yeah.
that's
you-
masturbating.
Yeah.
Right? Or like people like, oh my God, what are they called? People that get off on, not arsonists. Oh my God, there's a word for it. They achieve sexual gratification by watching shit burn.
Really?
I'm gonna Google it right now.
What? I've never heard of that.
Pyromania.
So what? They like to see things burn,
Or maybe there's a,
and they.
an obsessive desire to set fire to things. Pyromania can be sexual.
So do people use that with like a candle maybe?
It's a little
I think a
freaky.
candle's
No,
like a
it's a
candle's like if
little-
someone just like licked my tit once.
That's
It's
too
gonna, I'm
little.
gonna like it, but it's not gonna work.
So what are you burning up? Like
Well, that's the
the
problem
house
with
down?
pyromania. Like you like fires, so you like kill people. You know what I mean? Like that's a problem.
What?
Like arsonists. That's when people go to prison for setting shit on fire.
Then that turns them on.
Some people. Yeah, just like dead people, like necrophilia. You know what I mean? That
Ooh.
or like.
That's a pain.
Or like having like jerking off to like a dead person, like going to a morgue and like, yo, people are into everything.
That's fucking
There's
sick.
everything. Yes. Okay. So people are into everything.
Anyone seen Mindhunter on Netflix?
No.
Is it
I have
Mindhunter?
not.
Watch it.
Wow.
It'll freak you out.
Okay.
Mm.
So people that masturbate to like anything, they can masturbate. Maybe they can find anything on the internet too to masturbate to.
Well, I had a friend, not to put you on blast, my guy, but I had a friend who messed around with someone who was really into people farting on his face.
Ooh, interesting. And he pays for that.
Oh no, he. I mean, maybe he paid for it, but like my homeboy was like they were like I could see each other, and he had Chipotle, and you know.
Are you kidding
no, I'm
me?
dead serious.
He had
I'm dead
Chipotle with lots of sour cream and cheese.
I guess, and he went to town, and he was like, "Yo, I couldn't do it anymore." Like it was like, I couldn't meet him at that level every time.
That's a very intense level where it's like farting. Really?
Yeah,
Most people-
farting in someo's face, like you just like you get turned on by that.
and it stinks. So how is that even
How
like?
the fuck is that a turn on?
Yeah, I'm
I
kind
mean, look, like I said, sexuality is so personal. People
It's-
are really,
yeah.
As long as you're not hurting anyone, they're two consenting adults. Like
yeah.
or I guess two
Those are
consenting
crazy
whatever.
fantasies to have.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 3 minutes left.
Give us a crazy fantasy.
Oh, I was about to say, I was just gonna ask, like, where do you usually masturbate? Do you have a specific
Oh.
place? Does it matter?
I mean, usually my apartment.
But where?
I don't do it outside my house.
I
No,
usually
but like
do it
where?
in
In
my
the living
room.
room, the bedroom,
I've
the
done it in
bathroom,
living
the
room, but
shower?
probably not in my shower head sucks. It would have to be a different shower head. But
No more
My
shower
room.
heads for me.
couch, I guess couch.
Yeah, I've done it everywhere.
I've done it everywhere.
I've done it in a few
In the
places.
bathroom, on the couch, maybe because I want to be like
I've never
not
done
in
it
the
in the kitchen.
room. Because my boyfriend is sleeping and I don't want to wake him, so I just anything can come up and you're like, oh, I want to masturbate, so you just run to the bathroom and be quiet, or on the couch, and then he finds the toy and the next day on the table, like, what were you doing?
I was
Because
cleaning it.
I have no shame in my game. I just keep it up
Shame in
there.
your game.
He's thrown the shit away. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But yeah, anywhere. It's funny. I have a funny story. I bought this massager for my boobs once the baby's here because I'm 8 months pregnant.
If you're 8 months, that's wild.
Can you believe it? It's almost here. He's almost here. So it's like a little mini massager, and it's called La Vie, and it comes in this little pretty box, $35. It's meant for your boobs to, you know, in case you get metastases, I think it's called, like when your boobs get engorged and you can't breastfeed. So it's supposed to massage your breast, and then I turn it on. It's like a fucking mini massager. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I get curious. So you know I had to use it, and it works just like one. Yeah. So that was really fun.
Wow.
I'm like,
and it's cheap because these vibrators are expensive. $35 isn't too bad.
But how do they make something that is just a vibrator for your breasts? Like, come on, you just gave it a new name and a little cute shape, and that's it.
That's capitalism, baby.
That's very interesting.
She's putting everybody on. Just get
so
La Vie.
It's La Vie. La Vie.
It's only $35.
Yeah, and it's very strong. Very strong.
Very strong.
Blunted on Reality, sponsored by La Vie.
It's meant for breasts, but hey, you can use it anywhere.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Anyways, that was really funny because I told my girlfriends in a chat. They're like, why do I need to know that? But I just needed to share.
I was the one that said, do I have to know everything?
Like, that was me.
I'm just like, the curiosity literally killed the cat. Because I looked at it, I'm like, that's pretty interesting.
Killed the kitty.
Yeah.
She's like, I used it. It was great. I was like, so I text back. I just want to understand why I have to know every little thing.
Because I thought that you wanted me to share these things.
She wants to go to the concert with you. She wants to tell you about the concert.
Actually, I gave you a vibrator you never used.
I know. I was going to bring it to show it off, but I forgot it.
How did you never use it? That was like 5 years ago I gave you that.
I don't know. I wonder if the girls used theirs.
She's going to use it tonight.
I'm sure.
You gave them as a gift.
Yeah, I had a dinner at my house, and I gave everyone a vibrator.
That's amazing.
It was great.
I thought it was the best gift you can give your girlfriend.
That is so sweet, honestly.
Right? That's very sweet.
That means a lot.
Thank you.
Guys,
I'm going to go to your dinner and get one.
Okay.
It's time.
It's time, preach.
10:30.
This is a pretty interesting conversation.
Guys,
I
was pretty cool.
I don't want to watch the show back. I don't want to see what I said.
Hopefully I didn't say anything
don't.
That's our show on masturbation for today. The hot topic.
Love y'all. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening in. And thank you for Talia to being here and being open and honest. I love
Talia, do you want to give any social media?
Yes,
anything
please.
You want people to know?
Yeah, guys. I'm a Capricorn. I like long walks on sandy beaches. I'm single. I like guys with nice teeth. No, I'm kidding.
No, keep going.
So
Sounds
do
like
I.
that.
6 Foot Club. No, just kidding. Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Talia Romina, THALIAROM, Mary as in Mary, IN as in Nancy, A. Or check out my website, taliaromina.com, or add me on Facebook. I post a lot of funny memes. Or you can even follow me on Twitter, Talia Romina. That's how obsessed you can be with me if you want to do that.
We'll post it after the show. We'll post all your names.
Yeah.
So people can just click and
ask me
go
questions about masturbation.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow the show, Blunted on Reality Show.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Right. We need your subscribers. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
And that we have crazy shows coming up, and we have something very, very special next time.
Ooh, it's going to be fun time.
She's going to be like Cindy.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be about vibes and all that good stuff.
Ooh, yeah. We're doing the medium show?
Yeah.
Ooh, we're going to do a show on psychic mediums, y'all.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, we will see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Hopefully I'm still pregnant.
Eve should be here, and if not, Cindy's taking over the entire show.
Don't worry, you can with all of your psychic medium friends.
Yeah, so that's in 2 weeks.
Con
So
todo
I'm
brujo.
Sin Lover. You know where to find me.
I'm Polka Eve.
And we are the Blunted on Reality Show.
And we out.
We out.